Okay, Stan has been really cracking on with the E-Type now, and he's managed to get the whole back end all put together. All the inner arches are all in, and the outer arches are obviously on, and the valances are all in the boot floor. So apart from a few little bits that we still need to do on the back, a bit of welding when it comes off the jig, and fit the boot lid or rear hatch and repair it, the back's pretty much ready to be cleaned and do the lead work around these joints, factory joints, and down on the rear valance. So we're now moving forward to the bit we've been putting off throughout the whole project, which is these bulkhead A-pillar areas. So we're going to start doing that when Stan's finished just doing the last few spot welds on that sill. If you've enjoyed what we've done so far, if you actually even bothered to watch any of it, let us know what you think. Comment anything you want to know. We probably won't reply to it, but make sure that you click the like button and the subscribe, isn't it, Sam? And ring the bell button.
Was it thumbs up and acknowledge?
Click and acknowledge. Yeah, so we're going to start on with these front bulkhead bits, and hopefully over the next 2 weeks the bonnet will arrive, so we can do the gapping of that and getting that to fit. And that is where we are, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
I don't really know what else.
You say the doors?
The doors. I haven't said about the doors. What do you want me to say about the doors? The doors have been on. I don't know if we filmed it or not. We've gapped into the sill into the back wing, so obviously we'll have to do the gap again to the front of this bulkhead piece, which I'm pointing at, but it's not actually there. Here. So that's where we are. That's where we are. Happy? No. No, he's not. Yeah, caught you off guard. So we were going to attack the pillars. As you've seen, we've been putting them off till the end, but we're going to attack them a little bit slowly, like a little bit out, and then put the piece in. And then I've turned round, and Stan's basically just hacked the whole pillar out.
No, not a bit
there, which holds the screen pillar up and the roof, but you can see he's put this brace in this side and one over there. Just tack that into the pillar to hold it where we need it. So he's making the new panels and bits, which are down in here somewhere. Yeah. There's bits up here. You haven't even seen if it fits yet?
No, not this one. No. It doesn't.
So they'll go in there, and then there's obviously a few more that come around the side for the door rubbers and all of that. So that's where we are at the minute. So once we've got a few more pieces in, we will show you.
Do a little video around it.
So a little video. Yeah, once we've got a few more pieces in, we'll do a little video around it. And then, so you've got to do this side as well. Let's go have a look at this, and we can all laugh at how badly Stan's doing it. So this side, he's still got to cut a little bit more out. He's been a bit reserved. You've been reserved on this side, Stan. You went full balls deep on this side and just had the whole lot out. So, yeah, we'll get that done today, and then have a little look around it. All right, Stan has been really cracking on with the E-Type shell, and he's got those upper bulkhead pillars on both sides finished and the side bits put on. We've left the front edge just there, just because when we go and try the bonnet on, we've just got a little bit of movement. We can squeeze that in and out and bring that panel in and out to adjust, and obviously all of this around here gets lead filled after. So the next little bit on the shell to do will be these tiny little bits at the tops of the pillars. And after that, the shell will have the bars removed, and we will take it off of the jig. But before we do that, Stan has just started messing with the boot lid. This is the original boot lid that we have. As you can see, it's in a state like the rest of the car was. So over here on the bench, Stan has another boot lid that we're going to use, which is in a lot better shape, as you can already see just quickly there. But what we are doing is we're going to take the skin off of the frame. So Stan's been round and unpicked all the edge of the skin, and then he's just die grinding the tops off of. It's got a couple of spot welds where the hinges would be. You'll also see where the hinges are. Someone's been here before, and I don't know what that is. Can you call that weld or not? No. So we'll end up, when we got the frame off, we'll take this out and repair that and replace it. Then we'll sandblast the frame and the skin, get some epoxy primer in there. There's a couple tiny repairs in the corner here that we'll do. Put a new flange around it, and right at the bottom of the skin, so we'll put a new bottom around the skin, and when it's off, the skin's off, we'll be able to weld that in and then wheel it on the wheel to get a nice thing so you can't see that it has been joined. This boot lid has been dipped with the shell, so basically inside of there, everywhere, inside, see that?
This way around you can see it.
Inside of here, where the dip's been in, everything's completely bare, and that's just going to continue to rust out through time. So that's why if we dip a car, we always end up stripping everything apart and making sure that we've got enough paint and everything in there to protect it, to make it last as long as possible. So we are nearly at the sort of end of the shell of the bodywork, aren't we, really?
Last panel, really.
Last sort of panel, and then it'll be a few fettly bits when we get it off the jig.
And play with the bonnet.
Get the bars out, yeah, get it off the jig, and then look at the bonnet, which is another story which we might tell you about another day. So yeah, once Stan's got this split apart, we'll show you a bit more.
Yep.
Well, go on then. Okay, as I said, Stan has now got the frame off, and this is all the crud and nonsense that I just mentioned about. It gets left from the dip. You'll see, you go, oh yeah, it's been dipped, so it's all clean, but it actually leaves quite a lot of residue inside the sort of box section or cavities of the vehicle. So we'll,
Good word.
Cheers, Stan, that was a good word, wasn't it? So now, yeah, we're gonna sandblast these and repair the bottom edges or wherever they need to be repaired. Sort out these captive hinge bits that we said about that had been bodged up in there before. And then we'll get some epoxy primer on it and join it back together, gap it to the shell, and everyone's gonna be happy. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do now, and we'll show you what that's like after we've done it or something. What are you showing me? You happy?
No.
What, all that crud?
Yeah.
Sort of all the crud, yeah, see? So we'll be able to clean that out properly now. You can see exactly where they've had that in the dip, look, and it's sat down like that, and all the dip, all the acid and everything, it's just sat in the bottom of it. It was actually the top of it, but it's been upside down. And that would end up just rusting out so fast. As soon as it was, out anywhere slightly damp, that would just fester, and soon you've probably seen it a few things before. It just starts busting the seams open with rust, and you see them all swell up, and they're all horrible, like Stan's legs.
Oh, don't get them in there.
We have had a delivery of an aluminium bonnet for the E-Type. As you see, I've not unwrapped it yet, but I've seen a couple little bits just through the end before I stood it upright, and
It's magnificent.
how did I describe it? I described it as a terrible piece of craftsmanship that doesn't belong on a car and should only go in the bin. And that was before I've unwrapped it. I'll try and show you in a second some of the little bits I'm on about. I'm just going to unwrap it now and dig a little deeper, but already without unwrapping it, I know I'm not going to put this on the car. We're going to get another one. So I'm not sure if I've said how bad it is. Have I said how bad it is?
You mentioned it, but
I just want to make sure we're
do you want
getting
to
across.
express?
So before I've unwrapped it, I can already see, for some reason, we've got a load of rivets on the outside of the bodywork. I mean, I know some people might go, yeah, well, the lightweights had rivets on the outside. Yeah, this is not good. They would be blind rivets, not like this. And then if I just go like that a little bit more, I mean, can you see the state of that louver? Does that show up on the camera how awful that is?
I think it shows a dent, but it doesn't
looks like someone's put a grinder through it and then just beat the flange out. So then if I just go a little bit like, well, we've not moved very much yet. If I just go a little bit like this, what is this? What is that? I'm going to put a clip in now of what it should look like, and so you all know. I mean, there's no holes. There's nothing here for all the air to come through. Look at the welds down there. What is that? What is that? Why have we got 100 million riv nuts? There's nowhere to put any of the catches, the latches. If I pull this little bit back, where the trim piece goes along the top of the wing has been completely welded up, if you want to call that welded up, terribly. So there's nowhere to put anything. And that's before I've even taken the bubble wrap off. I'm quite pissy about it that someone's made this and sold it. Unfortunately, this has been in a container for about 10 years, so there's no way of sending it back. So yeah, I'm going to take the bubble wrap off and have a look.
How nice is that mouth?
Oh my god. Come round here and look at this headlight. Come round and look
I can see it from here. It's got a hernia.
Come and look at this spline.
I can see it.
What the fuck is that?
This looks like something.
Oh, there's the price. Someone needs fucking shagging for that. What the fuck?
Look at the rivets all the way down. This is impressive.
Oh my god. You know in one of my other videos I said I rubbed my hand and you said you can just about feel a little bit of this? But I don't need to exaggerate for that. What is this? What is this? Why is there no... Look at that line, look, that just goes almost flat across there. That's supposed to have a dip in that. What the
Look at the back of it, Charles, up there. That's lovely, isn't it?
Oh my god. Right, look at me here. We'll get this sorted out. We'll get rid of this. It's going to put us a bit behind schedule. And speak to the owner. We'll run through. We may end up with a steel bonnet or restoring the original, or possibly we'll ring Jeff down at MPH Panels and see if he can help us out. He'll probably quite enjoy looking at pictures of this one. And yeah, we'll go from there. We'll go from there.
The best use of this is for recycling into thatch cans.
I wouldn't want to. I bet I would make the thatch taste horrible drinking it from that. Look at the bulge. What is that bit?
Look at this. All of this. Get 80.
Oh, what the fuck's all that? Oh, for fuck's sake. Who the fuck did this? What a pile of shit.
Do you like this little bit here?
No. This is incredibly offensive. What's this?
Well, it's lightweight, isn't it?
Oh, what's that? Oh, for goodness sake. This is terrible, Charles.
Alright, now we have an update on the bonnet situation for the E-Type. It's been a couple of weeks since we last filmed, since we unveiled? Is that the right word? Unwrapped that monstrosity up there. Now it's hung up out the way. So what we have now decided to do is we've had the original steel bonnet dropped up to us, and it's not as bad, considering what the car was like, it's not as bad as what we thought it could have been. So if you want to have a little look, we've got normal blisters and bubbles and things, which will end up being rust holes. Slight bit of damage here on the front. This is nothing, this is just cosmetic. We can get that back out when we strip it down. So though the plan for this bonnet is we're going to strip it into its component form, wings off, centre section off, and if you come around here, Stan, you will see the bad bit. The lower valance and where the hinge goes on is seen, you know, yeah, it's seen better days, but luckily you can still buy panels for these. So we'll buy a new valance, we'll buy the hinge panel, and we may end up buying the inner sort of headlight panels, and maybe these. We'll see what they're like once they're cleaned off. So yeah, we're going to get this chemically dipped, see what it's like. So that's going to be another couple of weeks. So we'll continue with the tub, doing the boot and a bit of lead work around the back. And then when this comes back from dipping, we'll start repairing it and getting it and fitting it onto the car, putting all the A-frames on. And that is the update of where we are. There's not a lot more to say about it. Bit of annoying sort of hold up, but that's all part of doing restorations. We'll end up as well on this, as you can see the piece of wire I've just pulled off. That runs right the way around the wing, so we'll end up cutting that off of there, putting a new piece on and re-wire edging it as well. Normal boring stuff, metalwork. But yeah, we're getting closer and closer, so hopefully soon it will be going into the paint prep stage. So bear with us, going as fast as we can. Come back later. E-types. They are shit.